Meghan Gilroy joins us now for another edition of Health and Wellness, and this week, Meghan, you're going to introduce us to someone new.
Yes, I am. When you walk into Marblehead Natural Healing and Dr. Devorah Feinbloom greets you with a smile, you start to instantly feel better. But a smile isn't the only thing that Dr. D, as she's often called, has in her toolkit. She is a holistic chiropractor, which means that she not only aligns your spine, but she looks to realign your body, mind, and spirit. And she also is an applied kinesiologist, which is difficult to say, let alone do, but she does muscle testing on people. She also offers liver cleanses and has an infrared sauna in her office. So when you go to visit her for a treatment, you are definitely on your way to optimal health and well-being.
So welcome, and thank you for having me into your beautiful space.
Oh, well, thank you for coming. It's exciting.
So tell me, what is it that you hope for when you're giving someone an adjustment?
My intent when I put my hands on someone is to really open up the energy channels so that people can tap into this space where they just feel content. It's this beautiful energy that is within everybody, and there are ways to access it through touching the spine.
So what is it that you're doing when you give light force adjustments, is that right?
Yes, I was trained in lots of different styles, but what happened many years ago is that I went to see a chiropractor, and this beautiful experience happened in my body that I had no idea was possible through chiropractic. And instead of specifically working to adjust the bones, we work on something called the meningeal system, which is inside. People have heard of meningitis.
Right.
Meninges are the coverings over the brain and the spinal cord. And when people get stressed, the meninges can pull up and down, or they can twist. And so we work on releasing that, and that's done in a very gentle way. It's like a tap almost into the spine.
So your way of working with people really has changed and evolved over all your years in practice.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's more like what would feel really good for me? How can I get the best bang for my buck?
So tell me more about, like, what might I experience, or what would the results be of having this kind of adjustment? Okay,
so I can say, before I was doing this style, people would experience feeling structurally aligned. And I think being structurally aligned, it takes a certain ease, that brings ease to the body.
Right.
But with this particular style, people can actually feel like their nervous system that's tense, just relaxing, sinking in. Their breath will get deeper. They start to feel breath moving from their tailbone up through their neck, and it's just a fullness, and even like a floating kind of feeling where they just like,
Well, just hearing you talk about it makes me start to feel a little more relaxed. So how does aligning someone physically impact what they're experiencing emotionally or mentally or even spiritually?
Well, the spiritual nature is always in there, but one of the things that happens when somebody has tension on their spine is that their body is sort of in this fight or flight response.
Right.
And so when you can just damp down that fight or flight response and the breath comes back, people have more access to the present moment.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So is there a recommendation you can make for people if they're at home and they want to somehow be a little bit more present or feel a little more of that health and well-being that you're referring to?
Do you mean at home?
Yeah, something that they could do on their own. Of course, they can come and see you, but if there's something that they could do on their own.
Well, sure. I mean, having a breathing practice where you focus on your breathing, following the inhale and the exhale, and then actually listening to like the space in between your breaths is a wonderful thing to do, or practice yoga is a great way that they can do something at home. There's no real chiropractic work you can do for yourself at home, but just that's what I would do.
The breathing sounds great, very relaxing. Well, thank you for having me today. I really enjoyed learning more about your style of chiropractic care. And if you're interested in more information on chiropractic services and Dr. Devorah Feinbloom, you can visit her website. Next week we'll be exploring another one of her specialties. She has quite a few. And until then, be healthy, be well mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.